and get into this first segment, which is going to be all about Paul George and his decision to leave the Clippers in free agency and go to the 76ers. So I'm pulling up the slides I have right now just so you could see exactly who Paul George is. For those of you guys who have no idea who he is, any of you casual fans out there, just pulling it up the screen just so you guys can see. So there we go. That's his face. So Paul George, he was on the Clippers. He had a player option. He wanted the max though, so he ended up declining his player option and tested the market of free agency. He didn't test it very long, and he ended up choosing the 76ers to be his home, his new home, and where he's hopefully going to win a championship and is expected to win a championship. Honestly, I mean, this is a good pickup for the 76ers. Like, it's genuinely a great pickup, and the contract negotiations, it's a 4-year, $212 million max contract. And I believe that there is a player option involved in that contract as well. And now, I thought this was good. However, one of my friends that's in this group chat right now actually is actually, wait just a minute. We have some breaking news coming in. Woes just tweeted out something, so I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about that as well. So just give me 1 second. So, literally as I was doing this segment, Derek White has agreed to a 4-year, $125 million contract extension. So that is a lot of money coming in from a fourth option. However, I'm not going to knock the Celtics on trying to re-sign this man. I mean, he literally lost a tooth just to win a championship for them. And honestly, he brings tremendous value to the team. He was second all defensive selection. Like, he was on the second team all defense. And he's really been a very important piece to the Celtics team, despite the fact that he was the number 4 option on the team. Arguably, there's debate that he wasn't even the 4th option. It depends on how you look at it. But he brought tremendous value to the team. And, he's gotten much better at scoring and on top of his defense. So I genuinely, this is a great pickup for the Celtics. They can easily run it back, try and win back-to-back. That would be like the nightmare scenario if they end up winning back-to-back. But, just a good pickup for the Celtics. And if you guys want me to cover it a little bit more in depth, he signed $125.9 million for 4 years. So if you want me to go a little bit more in depth with this move, then I can do that in a later segment, like maybe tomorrow. But that was just a Woj tweet that just came out of nowhere, and I was expecting them to re-sign all of their players, and Derek White, I don't see him going anywhere else other than the Boston Celtics. So great move for Boston. Great move from Derek White. He got the money, and he's happy with winning the championship and the incentives that come with it. So that is one huge free agent signing. Now we're going to talk about the other free agent signing, where it's with Paul George, before I was rudely interrupted by Woj. So, this deal, with Paul George, it's my friend who I was just talking about before that Woj tweet came out. He didn't like how much money the Sixers were offering up Paul George, because now, they're paying Paul George so much money, but now they're gonna have to try and work out a deal with Tyrese Maxey, and how much money are they going to pay Maxey? That's really the big question that he had, because Maxey, he had a phenomenal season last year, and he deserves to get that money. But if you're paying Paul George, how are you going to pay Maxey all that money? That was really his main concern. And I'm sure the Sixers, according to some of the sources, the Sixers have been in conversations with Maxey, and they've been trying to figure out a good deal that would suit him. But Maxey has been all for recruiting talent and bringing talent to the 76ers to give them a better chance to win. So I think maybe, like, he'll take a pay cut and expect to be paid in the future. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. However, Daryl Morey does have a history of, making all of these moves and, according to James Harden, not keeping promises. So there's no real guarantee that that's going to happen. But we'll see how the rest of the free agency unfolds and things like that. But with this signing, the Clippers era with Paul George has come to an end. Kawhi and Paul George, that duo is without a doubt one of the biggest failures in the Clippers organization and one of the biggest failures in the NBA, period. Especially in the modern NBA. Kawhi and Paul George, they finished their 5 years playing just 26 playoff games together. They finished with a 137-70 record when playing together. That's a 66 win percentage, and they finished 124-57 together in the regular season and 13-13 in the postseason. So this, by far, this was the worst trade in NBA history. The trade that sent Paul George to the Clippers. One of the worst trades in NBA history by far. Now I'm just trying to find the trade. I know I had it saved here. Here we go. So, the Clippers, just to remind you guys, the Clippers gave up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, a 2022 first-round pick, which ended up being Jalen Williams, the 2024 first-round pick, 2026 first-round pick, Miami 2021 first-round pick, which ended up being Trey Mann, Miami 2023 first-round pick, Clippers 2023 first-round pick with the right to swap, and a Clippers 2025 first-round pick with the right to swap for Paul George. And all of that just to not win a single title in LA, which was what they were looking for when trading for Paul George. Remember, Kawhi Leonard said, I'm not joining the Clippers unless you get Paul George. They got Paul George, and then he signed with the Clippers. And they haven't done anything. They didn't do anything with this move. Oh, and another thing that I completely forgot to mention before. Actually, you know what? I'll bring that up in a later segment. But they did nothing in the postseason. Absolutely nothing. LeBron and the Lakers got more hate for winning a title than Paul George and the Clippers have gotten for only making one Western Conference Finals appearance. And even then, they made that Conference Finals appearance without Kawhi Leonard. And they did it with Paul George, ironically enough. But this is arguably one of the worst trades in NBA history. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's definitely up there with the Brooklyn Nets trading for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, as well as the Atlanta Hawks trading Bill Russell to the Boston Celtics. It's kind of ironic how two of the worst trades in NBA history ended up benefiting the Boston Celtics. And especially now in hindsight, because those picks that the Nets ended up giving up for Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce ended up winning a championship. And one of them ended up winning a Finals MVP. So that is a huge slap to the face to the Brooklyn Nets and, my favorite organization. And this is probably going to be one as well. However, I'm not entirely sure how Joel Embiid and Paul George and Maxey, they're going to be in the postseason. For one, Joel Embiid gets injured in every single postseason. Like, I know I'm not preying on his downfall. I'm not preying on his injuries. I'm not doing any of that. But you can't lie when, that's just a fact. That is just a proven fact. There's only one postseason where Joel Embiid has been fully healthy. Only one. And so I think it's fair for me to just, off of recent history and what's been going on, to expect Joel Embiid to get injured yet again, especially with his play style. Not to mention Paul George, he's also rather injury prone, and especially in the postseason. Get away from that fly. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of this deal. Do you agree with it? Do you think the Sixers are going to end up finally making it out of the second round? Because that is something that they still haven't been able to do, despite having so many talented players. Joel Embiid, James Harden, Ben Simmons at his prime. Obviously, he played horrible in the postseason. Tobias Harris, who ended up scoring 0 points in an elimination game. And, now with Maxey. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of this signing. If you guys agree with it, if you guys think that's a little bit too much money to be giving to Paul George, and this and that and the other. So with that, we are out of time for this first segment. So now we will be going into the second segment, talking about everyone's favorite player, LeBron James, and what is going on with the Lakers. So I will be right back after the short break. Be sure to stay tuned.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. Some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the